Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly predictions video for next week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 7. This one is for Season 7, Episode 5. This one is called Go-Getters. And spoiler warning, if you guys are not caught up for The Walking Dead, if you have not seen my review for episode 4, which is called Service, I'll put the link in the description. You guys can check it out. Definitely watch my review. It's one I don't think you want to miss. It's really in-depth. Sometimes you guys ask for that. It's about 20 minutes long. We go into a lot of different detail about feeling and kind of where the group is at this time in the series, because they're in a strange place that in this series we've never seen them in before. So it's definitely interesting. Check it out. Check out the review for episode 4. I think you'll like it. Definitely probably going to be one of the more controversial episodes we've had for The Walking Dead in a long time. So episode 5, Go-Getters. So this one looks like we're going to get to see some different locations, which I'm happy about. It looks like it's not going to be a bottle episode, which means that a bottle episode is an episode where we only see one location and one group, be it episode 2 was the Kingdom, episode 3 was the Cell with Daryl and the Sanctuary, and episode 4 was Alexandria. This episode, episode 5, has some clips from different places, which is great. It looks like most of it takes place from the Hilltop, but a good portion of it also taking place in Alexandria, which I like. I like it when they mix it up and we don't get everything focused in on just one location per episode. So, yeah, check out the review if you guys haven't seen it yet. The description for Go-Getters reads, "Saddled with grief and surrounded by enemies, members of the group try to find safety at the Hilltop before it's too late." Good stuff. And I've read a few different descriptions for this one. So this one, it looks like the members of the community try to find safety at the Hilltop. So we have two of our immediate group of our survivors that are at the Hilltop right now. They are Maggie and Sasha. So yes, Maggie is alive. If anybody was confused by that with the grave and stuff, Rick was lying to Negan. He's terrified of Negan, but in this case, I guess he felt like Maggie being through so much that he would actually lie about that one, or he wouldn't say anything because he may not want Negan to know that he even knows about the Hilltop at all, because of course I mean, they knew where they were going. They knew they were going somewhere, and it seems like he probably would know, but Maggie and Sasha went to the Hilltop anyway, and I guess Rick is more comfortable with lying to Negan in that case than telling the truth, I suppose, especially after everything Maggie's been through. So Maggie survives for now, it looks like. She looks like she's okay, maybe in some pain, but she's okay at the Hilltop. The doctor there, I believe is Dr. Carson, I think has probably had a look at her by this point. We'll probably see some of that, and she'll probably be okay, is what I'm thinking as a prediction. We've got Sasha there as well, too. We've got Jesus and we've got Gregory. Those are our important characters so far, and we'll see if there's any other standouts from the Hilltop in this episode. So this is the one that we got to see in the trailer for this season. There's a part in the trailer I talked about in my breakdown. It's the thumbnail for my breakdown video. You can check it out, by the way, if you haven't seen it. Walking Dead Season 7 trailer from Comic-Con back in July. You'll have to look back through the channel a bit to see it. But basically, it's where Simon and a group of saviors attack the Hilltop, and it looks like episode 5 coming up this weekend is when we're going to see that. So Simon's going to punish Gregory. He's going to punish the Hilltop for what they did in giving Rick's group some supplies, and also believing Rick's group that they would take them out. So you can see that in the promo. I'll put the links in the description for the sneak peek and the promo as usual. In the promo, we have Gregory. It looks like he's got some scenes in this, quite a few. We've got one with him and Simon who wants to have a chat. He's smiling and he wants to have a chat with Gregory. We need to talk. We've got Carl and Enid. That looks like they're going to be a concentration this episode. It looks like Rick is gone. I wonder if Rick is already going on runs and getting started with trying to gather supplies as much as they can for Negan and the others. Since at this point, now that Negan has taken all the guns they do not have a lot of options for sure. But we'll get more into that when we cover the sneak peek in a minute when we talk about what's included in that. So we've got Maggie there. You got Sasha, Jesus, Gregory. Gregory says, Maggie said that they would take care of the saviors. Simon rolls up. We've got Jesus and Sasha watching. We've got Simon to Gregory. We need to talk. It seems like it's the daytime there. But the clip from the trailer looks like there's a part at night where the saviors actually may be hanging some members of the Hilltop. So some of the guys up on the perimeter wall that goes around, hanging some of them there. Pretty brutal. That Simon's going to do that, looks like. And we've got Carl to Enid. He says to her, I'm not saving you anymore. And it looks like she's leaving. Also, we see Carl and Enid kind of out in the open in between. So it seems to me like they're going to try to go to the Hilltop. So the two of them. Little do they know that even if they go to the Hilltop is not safe either. And this could be because, you had some of the I forget the guy's name, but one of the saviors who, kind of makes advances towards Enid. And it's kind of really creepy and weird because he's like probably 40 and she's like, 13, 14, 15, 16, something like that. 15, 16, or what are we supposed to assume? Something like that. She's underage. Okay, let's put it that way. She's not a woman. She's just a girl. Okay, it's weird. It's weird. So maybe Carl wants to protect her, so he's trying to get her out to some kind of safe place, this kind of deal. He's got to do something, because that's kind of how Carl is. But going to the Hilltop is really not going to do you much good because, Simon and the others are going to Hilltop too. So they're going to find that out, it looks like. And it's our way out. From Gregory, some kind of line, what's our way out? I don't know if there's a way out. Really, the only way out would be to kill them or to leave, I think. Make a run for it, which could work. I mean, Dwight was able to get away, so, it's an option. With Rick and the others, I don't know if it's so much of an option because Rick's the leader of that whole community, and they've got Daryl too, so... Yeah, it's tough, but they're running out of options at this point. They don't have too many. Let's get into the sneak peek, which link also is in the description. So you've got Carl who's talking to Michonne. You've got Michonne. At least they let her keep her sword. That's cool because Michonne without her sword is I don't know. They let them keep hand-to-hand weapons, I guess, for killing zombies. But it looks like they're taking away all their guns so that they're not going to be any effective against killing people. Because really, in the zombie apocalypse, your guns are mostly going to be used against people, and against zombies, you're not really going to waste your ammunition for the most part, unless it's like No Way Out or some kind of situation where you have no choice. So Carl says to Michonne, asks her, why didn't you go with my dad? She said she needs to figure some things out. What is there to figure out? Michonne, if we can do this. And then Carl, we can't. He's wrong and you know it. Even if I think he is, I don't know. So really the way I read it is pretty much, you have certain characters that maybe want to do something. Other characters see it as impossible. It's really tough, the situation that they're in now. They had their window of opportunity, I feel like, is already kind of past because now they've given up all their firearms. They don't have much in the way of supplies anymore. They have food, which is good. That's a big plus. But we don't know how much they're going to have in the future. If they're going to have to give some of that to the saviors, we'll see. But they pretty much are in a state where they are not really a threat right now at all to the saviors because they have no weapons. Could they run? Could they do something like that? Go out on the road? Yeah, it is an option, even though Daryl is captured and everything. But the problem is you have the group in such disarray right now. Rick and the others must assume that both Carol and Morgan are dead. They probably assume they're both dead. Tara and Heath have not come back yet, so maybe they're to assume they're dead as well. And then, of course, you got Daryl, who looks like he's being tortured from their perspective. Rick's not allowed to talk to him, and he looks beaten, and he looks just like in a bad state. So, and then you have Maggie and Sasha. So the group is totally like all over the place and not strong at all right now. So if Rick and the others were to run, it's like, where would they go, what would they do, are they just going to leave the others behind? It's they're in such a tough situation. Discussing their options is like, well, for now, really the only option I see them having right now is to feed up to Negan, bide their time, and hope that eventually they can find a way out of this. That said, I'm really surprised that we're already getting into 5 episodes. We're halfway through this half, so we've seen episodes 1 through 4 with the extended episode. The premiere was slightly extended. We have 4 episodes left for this half. It's gone by quick. It's pretty crazy. They've covered a lot, but I feel like they haven't covered as much as they often do many seasons because of the way kind of the storytelling is going this season. And it's crazy to think that we're halfway through the first half, so we only have 4 episodes left and then the break. So episode 5 looks like it should be a good one. It's going to be good to get to see Simon. Gregory has not had a lot of time, so the series is really transforming itself right now. We're getting to see so many different characters, different locations. I mean, a huge group of villains. And, Spotlight's going to be on Simon probably in episode 5, as well as Gregory, Carl, Enid. The amount of characters in the show and how spread out they are is crazy. And then episode 6 is probably going to be the Tara and Heath episode, which will be in another spot. And then finally back to probably, our main group, maybe with episode 6. Or with episode 7, and with episode 8, not 6. 6 should be Tara and Heath. So, really different half season for sure. Write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. I think episode 5 should be another decent one. Really weird spot to be in the series for sure. So write your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think. Don't miss the review. I know sometimes you guys don't watch the review, but for this one, I highly suggest you watch the review for episode 4 because it's just very rich in terms of the dialogue and psychology and everything and war. So definitely check that out. Send me your questions for Q&As, guys. Let's get it rolling. Let's do lots of Q&As this week. I'll have one definitely for you guys tomorrow. Check out the review. I hope you like this video. And, let's have a good time this week. Let's talk about all the new developments in episode 4. An absolutely loaded episode, and getting into episode 5 for go-getters. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share. You can favorite. If you're new, you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. I'll see you guys again soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace.
You better subscribe.